the rabbit holes or stronger wills. From afternoon till dusk, I'm loving you too much until desire turns to dust. Loving you till I rush. Loving you till I rush.
Okay, let's go. All right. Let's start today's live stream show. Welcome to the TED Talk show. I'm a host, Jerry. And as you all know, we recently kicked off an online developer education program, and it's gotten a lot of attention, especially yesterday. When I woke up yesterday in the morning, I was surprised find out that over 2,000 people flocked into the our event page, and these numbers are still going up. That's crazy. That's very crazy, right? I really appreciate everyone's interest in the events, but I want to make it clear. I posted some contents on our X account as well. I just want to clear. This event is all about developer education. It is not an airdrop event. So if you are not developer or don't have a plan to do some development stuff in the Arweave and or the AO ecosystem, it's probably not worth your time here. So but no worries. We'll have our other events in the future, maybe where we can have some fun together. But this time, if you if you just want to get some airdrop, this place is not the right place. Yeah, I just want to do that clear this one thing. And in our events, there are two sections. The first section is a learning section that is prepared for beginners, where lets the beginner can get a lot of knowledge about Arweave or AO development by reading articles and completing tasks and submits the tasks. And the other section is called the practice challenge, which is for advanced developers. Through this section, our goal is to ask our community members to produce more high quality practice contents, which can become futures development resources for the developers. Let's more developer can follow, right? So, however, over the past 2 weeks, we've received a few submissions for the practice challenge. So I feel it's necessary to host a live streaming show and invite some expert to give some introduction about this practice challenge section. So that's why I'm very honored to invite Kay. Kay is the author of the learning content, and he is very good at to produce tech knowledge content for the Arweave not only Arweave ecosystem but also other ecosystems. So welcome, Kay. Welcome, Kay.
Greetings. Thanks for having me.
Kay, at the beginning, can you just give the brief introduction about yourself?
Yeah, sure thing. Where am I? I'm a developer and technical writer from Germany. In the Arweave ecosystem, I've created a course, Arweave 101, Arweave 102 for learning about Arweave, and I've also participated in multiple hackathons in the Arweave ecosystem, of which I won 4. I'm also a gateway operator and also a developer DAO contributor. where I lead stuff like blogging and do courses for the Developer DAO Academy and such things.
Cool. I'm so appreciate you can comment, give our community members some introduction about the practice section. And today's agenda is it's not very complicated. It just involves 3 questions. The first question is, what kind of tools the developers can use during the practice challenges section? And second one is, what level of development do we expect for each topics? And third one is, what kind of a practice will be considered a potential winner? We'll pick the winner for each topics and give them a prize around 150 USDC. Yeah. So we just have these 3 questions, and maybe at last we'll have a Q&A. If anybody have any questions, you can just type in type a text in the chat room and let us know. We'll ask the key to give you some answer your questions. Okay, so now microphone is yours, Key.
Thank you. I will go over the 4 challenges for the front end, and explain what's expected or what you should do and what the tools are that could help you to get this done. First challenge is really simple. You need to get to create an HTML website or a website containing of multiple HTML files and link each other and upload it to Arweave. So there's nothing too complicated. It's really beginner level. If you can create a website with HTML, do some styling and add some content, that shouldn't be a big problem. What the submissions we do expect is like multiple HTML pages that are linked and have unique content in some kind of way. Like people shouldn't just copy each other's submissions and submit them, but have something that makes it clear that they have created the content that is in these web pages. The tools I suggest, you can use any tool you want, but the tools I suggest for this challenge is Dragon Deploy and ARX. Dragon Deploy here is a simple website where you can connect your wallet and then your Arweave wallet, and then upload your website from your hard drive directly to Arweave, and it will be converted to an Arweave website, and then you get an URL and can share this for the submissions. Give you an impression of the submissions. I've looked at one that looked quite good, and here you can see this is submission. It uploaded. It has, for the first challenge, it uploaded images, styling, and README. And the README explains how this works. At least your README should contain a link to the website, so we can see that it's on Arweave and not just hosted somewhere or not hosted at all. And this is rather sophisticated here with explanations about what to do to get this website running. But as I said, the minimum is like getting the files, making sure the files are unique to you, and uploading it to Arweave and giving us a link so we can check that it really uploaded to Arweave. Like I said, the easiest way is using Dragon Deploy. It will just allow you to select a folder from your PC, and then you can upload it there. More complicated or more specialized way to do this would be using ARX, which is a command line tool. So for the developers, that might be more interesting. It's a tool that allows to upload files directly to Arweave. But keep in mind that it's very low level. So if you use this, you really have to upload your directories and with the key, and you have to export your Arweave, your rconnect key file, and then use this key file in the command line and use it as a command line parameter to upload this, which is much more complicated than just using drag and deploy. So it might be too much for the basic first challenge. But yeah, those are the options for the first one. The second challenge is build a simple website rendered at compile time and deploy that to Arweave. The difference to the first one in terms of Arweave isn't that much. Like, it's both HTML files and images and CSS and JavaScript and whatnot that gets uploaded to Arweave in the end. But here you're using a tool to create these HTML files. You probably heard of tools like, what's it called? Gatsby or something like that, or here 11T, simple static site generators. They are CLI tools you can use to create HTML files, and they will be compiled or built in CLI, and then you get a build folder that you can upload to Arweave. Other way to do this would be using Exo, whatever you like, but those are popular tools, Exo and 11T, that just allows you to create websites that are a bit more easy to manage than if you would create the HTML files from scratch. Yeah, they have templating engines and all these things. Yeah, what do we expect here? That the website is generated with one of those tools and deployed to Arweave, and yeah, a link to the Arweave URL after you deployed it. Again, I'd recommend using ARX or drag and deploy, whatever fits you best. I think in a production environment, it's probably better to use something like ARX to, automatically upload your updated website after you changed it. But you could also use drag and deploy. The important part is to get, your website onto Arweave and show the world that you've created your perma page. Yeah, that's with the challenge 2, the static site generation. The challenge 3 is a bit more complex. It requires you to build a web app that renders on the client. So in contrast to the previous challenge, the idea here is you create an app that has some useful functionality besides displaying content. Like, you could create a to-do list or a blog or whatever idea you have about apps. Doesn't have to be a complicated app, doesn't have to be a big app or something. One page is enough. Just it should have some features that make it dynamic, like, for example, if you build a to-do list, you can add to-dos, you can mark them as finished or something like that, and they will be stored on the client in local storage or something like that. So you can give your link to this app to anyone, and they can use it on their PC or their smartphone, and then do whatever this app does for you. You can. It's a bit more complex than the previous challenge, because in the previous challenge you only created static HTML that showed some content, and now you're doing some interactive stuff that makes this more interesting for people. Again, we expect that you upload the app, that you share a link with it, and that you have some interactive features. What I would recommend using Next.js. You probably everyone knows this most popular framework here out there, I guess. But you can also use Nuxt with its Vue framework or Svelte, latest version of Svelte, something like that. They have SvelteKit, which is something similar to Nuxt or Next.js, just built with Svelte. Again, similar to the previous challenge, you create your website, your app, you build it locally, then you get the folder with all your JavaScript, your HTML, your images, and everything, and then again you can upload it again either with ARX, which is like I said, the CLI option, or could also use drag and deploy. But I'd recommend to go into the direction of using such a tool like ARX or something, because like it's easier to update when you create new versions of your website. There are different more complex tools or more high-level tools, I'd say. Like you can see this ARX is a tool created in the PermaWeb organization on GitHub, which means it's created and maintained by the Arweave core team, which gives you some kind of security or safety that they will probably continue maintaining it. Other tools that exist are like, I think it's called R-Link, AR-Link, and Ewigkeit, which are tools that are more high level, that come with some UI features, like when you make a deployment and then you get everything like a domain and such things that get updated and such. But these challenges start really basic. You don't go into the whole domain thing here, and when you have a domain, you have to when you need it, want to use the domain, then you have to buy the domain, and then you have to assign the domain and everything. That's all the future stuff that comes next. But first, you need to learn how to get your website built and deployed on Arweave. And when you have these skills down, then you can move on to the next thing, and that's why I recommend tools like ARX and drag and deploy to get your data on Arweave, because they are really basic, bare bones. You can see, okay, these are my transactions that are sent to Arweave, and this is the transaction ID I get back, and then I know how things work at that level. And if you understood that, then you can move on to the more complicated stuff. And the fourth challenge is basically an extension of the third. Like while you've built a simple application in the third challenge that only has one page. Like I said, a to-do list, like it only needs one page. Yeah, you add your to-dos, you remove your to-dos and be done with it. Nothing special. And the fourth challenge goes a bit more into depth here, because it now includes routing. Yeah, and as you can see, it requires you to create a web app that uses the hash part of the URL for client-side routing. Yeah, you can see here, this is the hash part of the URL, and and when you use this, then you can use in your website to read out this hash part and then make some transitions to different pages. A long time, this was the only way to build web apps, single page web apps on Arweave, because it wouldn't allow to give a fallback, like when you have one page and multiple URLs that all point to this single page. It wasn't possible, so you have to use this hash-based routing. Also, it's very easy to set up. You can have one website and one HTML page as your entry, and then use the hash that changes all the time when you move through the website. And that's more complicated than the last option, with one website, but with only one page. But it's not as complicated to get all these history-based routing set up, which would be a challenge that comes later. But you know, it's like you get these a way to build a fully fledged single page application and can host it on Arweave, and yeah, you get most of it that you can use to build your D app with that. The downside of this hash-based routing is that it won't be picked up by crawlers, which means if you post a link with a hash-based URL on Twitter or something, it won't crawl this page. It won't will crawl the homepage of your application, which might not be what you want, but for basic applications it works. Yeah, as I said, it's we expect to have it multiple pages, like not just you know, a basic to-do list with one page where people can add or remove something, but like multiple pages, and depending on your application, this could also be like you have a main page, which is your app that does something. The next page is some settings where you change some settings for your page. That would be like 2 pages already with some kind of routing between them. Yeah, the tools are like again the same from the previous challenge. I think I personally haven't used all of these tools. I know they are very popular, but like I said, I didn't use every tool, but I think every of these tools like Next.js, Nuxt, and SvelteKit all support some kind of hash-based routing. Yeah, you have to configure it correctly in their configure files and before you build it. But I think each of these frameworks work. If you like a different framework, like if you're more of a solid JS person or lit.js or whatever, you can use whatever you like. But what we want to see is that you have a web page that you created, a web app that you created yourself, and that we can go, you know, on a link that you give us with a Arweave deployment, and we can click around there, and it works and uses hashes to go between different pages there. But yeah, those here are suggestions again, and again, you can use ARX get this website deployed, or you can use drag and deploy again. And yeah, the thing is, all these challenges are quite similar in terms of what you do for the Arweave deployment. Like every time you do something, and then in the end you have a folder with HTML files and images and assets and something, and it's always the same end product in abstract sense, the same end product, a folder with some HTML files and assets, and you upload it with the tool to Arweave, and that's quite the same all the time, but you should get used to, repeat this and understand maybe the differences between, okay, you now used drag and deploy, and it was easy to build everything and upload it then with the UI, and then for another challenge, you try to do it with ARX, and then you notice some differences, like, oh yeah, now I have to learn how to create a wallet file that I can use for my deployments, and you have to think about things like create a development wallet for your deployments, and depending on the size of the data you upload, uploads below 100 kilobytes are free, but if you have some bigger files, you have to think about funding, like if you use ARX, it uses Turbo, the Turbo SDK in the background, which requires you to if you upload bigger files, you have to get some Turbo credits to pay for these uploads to Arweave. Yeah, so for these challenges, it's not necessary, but it's good to think about, good to see. If you do real application and you have images or videos or something that you want to upload there, and they are much bigger than 100 kilobytes, then you have to think about, okay, now I have to create my dev wallet, and then I have to export this dev wallet to a key file, and I also have to get these credits to pay for the uploads that are too big, and all these things. So you do stuff. You can vary between the different ways to create and upload these files. And yeah, again, we expect all these challenge submissions to be unique in some kind of way. Yeah, I don't have we don't have issues if you use some predefined templates for your website to make it look good or something like that. But if we notice some blatant copying of an existing challenge, because these challenges are public, you can look what everyone else built, then yeah, we probably will consider it, and we will look at the submission that is the earliest, that has posted this first, and the others that copied it will be ignored. Yeah, and I think those were the 4 challenges. Yeah, we had like create HTML files from scratch with an editor or something. We have generate HTML files with a generator like 11t or Hexo or Gatsby or whatever you like. I think even Next.js and such can produce basic HTML files, so if that's your thing, go for it. Then building a basic small interactive web app that's created with some kind of framework, and in the end create something more complex with multiple, and a web app with multiple pages that uses hash routing to differentiate between the different pages, and yeah, allows people some interactive thing on their local machine. And that's it from my side. If you have any questions, let me know.
Okay. Thanks so much about your sharing. Okay. Yeah. Now we have maybe two questions. The first one is in challenge 1. can they use the AR link?
What? Can they use what?
Can they use AR link? R-Link?
Yeah, sure. They can use whatever tool they like. It's just like I have recommended these tools like Drag and Deploy because it's really easy. For Drag and Deploy, you don't have to do that much. You just have to go to the website and it lets you log in, and you can even use a browser wallet. You don't even have to install a wallet. You just go to Drag and Deploy XYZ, log in with your wallet, or it will generate a wallet for you, and then you can select a folder from your PC and upload it. That's really easy. It's like the level of entry is very low, and the ARX is more low level, more complicated, but it doesn't do any much for you. Yeah, it's just for uploading, and it gives you some you learn something about exporting key files and everything. But you get this tool with AR-Link because, yeah, it will also run in the command line, and it will also need a key file to do these uploads. So, yeah, it's a bit bigger of a tool, and it comes with more features and everything. But yeah, sure, you can use this tool too.
Okay, cool. So if the case answer can help you, and the next one is in the Discord, you have a Discord channel. A developer just asked a question. I'm using Windows 10 with npm v22.12.0 node 10.9.0. When I try install Dragon Deploy, showing 4.4. What does that mean? How can they fix it?
Yeah, if you have an old Windows machine and have some issues with the CLI tooling, yeah, I would recommend going for Dragon Deploy because it runs in the browser. If you have a current browser installed, you can do everything from Dragon Deploy. It doesn't need anything to install. Like it's a website where you upload your code files that are inside a folder, your index, HTML, and everything, and you upload it in the browser, and you don't have to install any tools that might not be compatible with your Node version or with your Windows version or something like that. But like I said, I would recommend trying to get this running, like trying to get to install RX and see if the commands work, so you can learn about this export of your wallet, of the dev wallet you create, the development wallet, the key file, and everything. But you can do all these 4 challenges with Dragon Deploy, and you don't have to install anything for it. It's just for your own benefit. You should learn here. You should learn about Arweave, and you should learn about how to make apps and websites and everything and deploy them to Arweave. And so it's good to see the different ways of tools to use this, like ARX and also R-Link and also Dragon Deploy. Yeah. All good tools and all get the job done, but yeah, you don't have to install anything if your machine is too old and you can't run it in your old Windows or something.
Cool. So far, just has these 2 questions. Any questions? You guys, you want to ask Key? This is a very good opportunity if you want. If you have any development question, just ask Key.
What's the question? I didn't understand.
No, so far no questions. No questions so far.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, oh yeah, I have a question. That's because I hosted this event, right? And now I just I just don't have a standard to to know which challenge is a practice challenge is a good challenge. So good practice. So what kind of practice can be a best practice? Do you have any example can show to the developers?
Yeah, like for example, this one submission here is pretty good. It has all the files you need to replicate it, to see, like I can look here and check, okay, they created a flower shop website, and I can now, when I look at other submissions, I can check, did they copy this or did they do their own, which is pretty good. It also, yeah, starts in the README. It contains that they use Dragon deploy, and they also added the link to the deployed website they deployed. Yeah, this whole file also contains a tutorial about how to deploy the website actually. So it's not just they created a website, they uploaded it and they sent us the website and a link, but they also included some kind of tutorial here that explains how to get this website, these files, uploaded ourselves if we wanted to. Yeah. Here it also includes the info I said before for the last question, like you don't have to install a wallet to use Dragon deploy, because Dragon deploy uses a web wallet, yeah, rweave.app, and they mentioned it here. It's not needed for the submission, but it's nice to have, like if someone here would clone this repository and change these files and then wanted to upload the new version to with themselves, they could read this README and find out how to do this, how to set up a wallet, how to use Dragon deploy and everything. And yeah, again, files smaller than 100 kilobytes are free to upload to rweave, which is pretty nice. So you don't have to pay for any transactions or so, or there aren't any gas fees. There are just the upload fees normally on rweave, but like I said, if you create a new wallet, you don't have any tokens yet, and so it's good that you can upload small files for free to rweave. And yeah, like that.
Cool. So
about best practice. Yeah.
Sounds like this challenge did a very good job, right?
Sorry.
This practice did a very good job, right?
Yeah. It's like it's a basic practice, you know, like, oh, you just have to create a few HTML files, link them, and upload it to rweave. It's a thing of like 10 minutes or something, but they really took their time. They designed the website in some kind of way, probably used some template, I don't know, but it looks good. And you know, I don't care that much about how the website looks, but they put some effort into it, and you can see it's not like just, oh, they signed up and you know, created two empty HTML files, linked them together and uploaded it and done. But it's a good example, I think.
Great. All right. So has anybody has any questions? Want to ask Key? I think maybe not. Okay. Can I just invite you in the in our Discord channel? So if they have any technology questions, you can answer them.
Yeah, I can do so.
Okay, cool. I will invite you in the Discord channel. Yeah, you know, I don't have a developer background, so it's very hard to answer questions. Okay, so
Yeah.
thank you so much about your sharing. I'm sure now our participants might have some sense to complete the practice challenge. So I will edit this video and put it in our X accounts and YouTube and maybe Discord's channel, and let the developers can check it out. Check it out. Yeah. So I think it's time to now has another question. Challenge 2 to 4 can use Arling 2, right? I think yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Any tools you can use. So just yeah, it's okay. Okay, so I think it's time to wrap up the today's TED Talk show. And very appreciate that all of you can come and join our online event. So that's it. Key, have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.